How's it going, everybody? My name's Kais, and welcome back to part 2 in this series that we're doing the beginner project for AISC. And last part we ended up around right here. We just have these two, our welcome, very basic welcome component, our app, and if we go ahead and do npm start and we look at what we've done, it should just open up. Yeah, this is what we have. This is what we left off with. Very simple. So that's pretty much part 4. That's all it asks for. But also, if you want to get into customizing it more, it specifically asks. So I've got these two images downloaded, and Casino and Quest, and so we're going to implement them into the app. So there's two different ways to do this. You can use the CSS way, and that I'm actually not that familiar with. What I do know how to do is we can just directly do it inside of app. You can also as well do this inside of your welcome component, or create even another component to even further simplify this main call app.js. But you could just know you can do this in any JS. The CSS will be a little bit different, but any JS component that you're going to be adding, you can create new ones to further simplify stuff. So now that you've got your images, however many you want, what you're going to want to first do is, let me pull up. So first we're going to want to kind of import. So import, I'm just going to call it Casino. Just, you can name it whatever, just remember the name. And then and then just like kind of how we brought in our welcome component from a different file, it's /, and then the name of it. So mine is literally quest.jpeg. And yeah, there we go. And then end right there. And then I'm also just going to, while I'm here, I'm going to import the other one. So import, and then, oh wait, no, this is going to be Quest. Import Casino from /casino. .jpg. And make sure you have them in this main src file, your things, or when we finish this, it's actually just not going to show up. It won't even give you an error. It just won't show up. Even like having it in just like the main public, or like creating a whole new folder, it would work, but you need to do extra calls. So just, if you're going to do it, make sure you do like / and then the file and then the file name. Kind of like how we do with CDs. So now that we've imported both of our images, we're going to get some yellow squigglies. Don't worry about that. It's just we're not using them, so it's declared but never read. Next thing we're going to do is we're just going to straight up, we're going to add this in. So give it some more space. We'll put it right below our welcome. And we're going to go and do div. Leave that open. And go style equals, and then inside of that we're going to do the width, and you can actually choose the width or the height. So I'm just going to do 500 pixels by 500 pixels, and height will go, make sure to do the single, not the double for a string, just the single. And then we're also going to add in, there's a couple things you can add in, but okay, I see. I did string, not like the backtick. So make sure to do the backtick, just like that. There we go. And now everything should be good. We should be able to save all, no issues. Good, looks good. Don't see any issues. Now we're going to do npm start again, and we should see the image. Reload the page. There we go. So we have this image, and we've chosen the width, height, and size. And now I'm going to show you how to add another image. So let's go back to Visual Studio Code. I'm going to end that and clear the terminal. Close it for now. And we're going to pretty much doing the same thing. So I'm just going to straight up copy this and paste it, and just change the name from Casino to Quest down there, and that should work. So now file, save all, go back to, you don't have to close it like me. You can just keep it open while you're doing this and keep reloading it. There we go. And you might wonder, how do I get it to go side by side? Because I don't really like this view where it's just stacking on top of each other. By doing that, we are going to add a div style. So pretty much just go above all that you've done so far, and you're just gonna do div style equals, and then inside for the attributes, display, and then this one's called flex, and this one you are going to use the string symbols, not the backtick. Gap, and then this is like how big the gap is, like when you separate them. You could put it 0, you could put it 100. I'm just gonna go 10. 10 might be too much. I'm gonna go 5, and then we're going to close that bracket. And then so everything is going to go inside here. So pretty much copy. Am I going to copy everything? No, copy everything except for the last div. So I think I've got that. So hopefully this will work. It might bug out. Usually every time I do this, there's always going to be an error. Oh, looks like I got it. Okay, so I'm going to go File, Save All, compiled successfully. Go back onto it, and there we go. And we have that little gap right there. That's how you're going to put them side by side. And if you wanted to put more on more of the side, I don't know if you've seen my HStack video on Swift. It's very similar to that, where if you keep it inside this, it's just going to keep stacking horizontally. And then if you exit that and then say you put another div style below this one, it will actually just do another div style below that. So that's what we're going to do. So another thing you're going to see on the prompt where it asks you to customize it is UL and LI. These are HTML tags, and they pretty much mean, so we've covered image, and UL is unorganized list, and LI is like the objects inside of the list. And then we're also going to go over OL, which is organized list. So the UL is going to show bullet points or an organized list. The OL is going to show, let me end this. The OL is going to show like numbers for each one. So now that we're out of here, let's get this div style again, because I want to put my stuff in mind. Okay, so I'm going to paste this div style and close that so it gives me this inside here again. And then so you don't need to put divs in between everything like we're doing, because this div pretty much creates a box. So what we did here is this style. We pretty much created the div box, and we're just setting the background image of that div box to our image. So there's other ways to just straight up import the image. The way we did it is we kind of made a box, like an invisible box, and then we set the background of that box to this. So since we're not doing a box, we're actually just doing text. You don't have to do div in between for this part. So for this part, you can just go, we'll do an unorganized list first. UL, close, and then you can go LI, like that. And then we'll just put, we'll do like favorite animals. So I'll do dogs. We'll go right here. I'll go cats right here. And then LI. I'll go lemurs. Okay, and then leave that closed, and then we'll just go down here and just like that. So this is like the box almost, except this is our list. So anything in between here with LI, those are going to be the list contents, and these are just going to show up as bullet points. Now we'll do an organized list. So that's going to be OL, close, and then same thing inside is just going to be LI, and then I'll do Costco food items. So we'll do pizza. We'll do double chocolate chunk cookie, and then we'll do I don't know, we'll just do Sunday just like that. And now we should see that these two lists we've just created are going to be side by side right below the images. So it's going to be like almost like a 4x4 grid. So image, that. So we'll make sure to save all. If you don't see it, that's probably wise, because you didn't do save all. And we'll start this up. it'll open for us, reload, and there we go. At the bottom, dogs, cats, lemurs, and then these are bullet points, and then 1, 2, 3 is pizza, double chocolate chunk cookie, and sundae. And that is pretty much all that we covered for the end of part 4. So now we can go on to move and check out introduction to APIs. So I'm not going to read this. I have the page in front of me right now. You also have the page. An API is basically how we're going to like send and receive data like outside. Like obviously it's not practical for something like large, like what is it example right here, like a Facebook account. Like it's not practical for them to store like all the user data in the front end, like just right there. It's better for them to have like a separate API where such stuff is like resides, so they can fetch data and edit and stuff like that. So that's my understanding of that. It's kind of like separating stuff into blocks. You know, you break a hard problem into small pieces, it becomes less hard. It makes it easier to organize stuff. So, and like for in this case, we're actually using an API, so it's going to be, we're getting data from a random website, so it's not our data that we have to locally host. We're going to be using the fetch function. Okay. I'm not going to write the code with you guys. I feel like that'd be a waste of time. It's all on there. You can literally copy it bar for bar, or line for line, everything. I'm just going to go over real quick and explain everything. So, you know, even though you've written it all, you might not understand exactly what's happening. So import React, this is obviously the main part. Use state and use effect. There, you know, are, hold on, I got notes on this. Let me pull it up. There we go. It's like our two hooks. So like use state is like it's like what it currently is, so you can like use it to remember what you have. So let's say you have this toy box and you have all these toys, aka where our API is. It can take one at a time and see what our current state is. Use effect is like how it's gonna you know, fetch data, whatever. So you know, inside of our app function, the constant data, set data, this is creating an array, initializing the array with data as the array. Each like item in the array is data. And then set data is the function that we're going to use, you know, to set data, so we don't have to actually write our own set function. And this use effect is how we are fetching it. So use effect and then fetch it. And then this is where your API key is going to go. It may be different. And then you're going to go then response to response.json. This is parsing the data that you receive when you fetch the data into JSON. So even if it already is JSON or whatever, it's parsing the information into JSON. And then it's taking data. So set data. So it's pretty much filling up the array of all your responses that you received. For some cases, like we'll get into, I actually did a dog API, and it's going to be a little bit different, because you don't want to just get all of the posts. Like right here, we're just fetching every single post. And as you can see, we're just displaying everything. For certain APIs, you might want to only fetch one thing, or only fetch something when you press a button, or only do something like that. So down here, this is just, you know, HTML layout. We got div, header 1, posts. This is our header. And then data.map. This is like our array. And then data is like the objects, or not objects, inside of the array. And then .map, this is like what each data thing contains, which is post title, and post body. Like I was saying earlier, like sometimes it'll just have like a post ID and a post image, or just image ID, or it's like, you know, title, body, image, ID. So when you're doing different APIs, just make sure you look at the data that you're going to be receiving. Like it will show you what you will be receiving, so you can correct your code accordingly. And then the rest of this we've already done. So you can go ahead, file, save. I think I already have. We'll bring up our terminal, npm start, and it should open up, and we get this. So this is just everything that, you know, is in this API, which is just, I think, gibberish. I don't know. And then here's our old stuff that we've done down here. So then the API I'm using is called Dog API. It's a little bit different than the one in the documentation. Instead of like, this one's very simple. As you can see right here, it literally just returns the dog thing, the the dog image URL, and then like status for like the terminal, like success. So we're going to be going over, and I'm going to go ahead and write that out and then explain to you what I did and how you can use that information to help with your own. Directions are kind of, I think you are, you're having fun with this. It's, you know, it's a project. You join this club, or if you're doing it for fun, just look up free APIs. You know, there's so much. There's like ones with like stock market information, plane information. I'm working on a personal project that gets like car information, so I'm using a lot of like car photo database APIs, which is pretty cool. But yeah, so this I settled on. It's just very simple, and you know, I thought it'd be cool, and I could, you know, make something cool with it eventually. Is this one's literally dog API. You don't need to sign up. It's good. You don't need to put in an email. A lot of them you need to like give them your information. I don't like doing that. And as you can see, like this is an example when you click fetch and it just shows random dog photos. And it's from a pool of like GitHub, whatever. And then this is the JSON data it returns. So whenever you're looking at these free APIs, this is helpful information because it will help you determine what stuff you need to add. So like in our last one, there was like the post, like the header, and then the information. This one, it's literally just straight up the message and then the status, which is like for terminal. So, you know, this will be a very easy implementation because we don't need to have a lot of variables, and it'll be hopefully very quick and easy to do. So let's get started. So obviously we're going to keep the React up here, and then we're going to, just as we did earlier, we're setting constant, but it's just going to be dog and set dog image, and then equals use state, little commas in there, and close that out. Okay, so I mean, I don't really know how to explain it just because this, wait, why is this an error? Use state is not defined. Import React. What am I doing wrong? Oh, okay, I have to import React, comma. I didn't add this up here. Use state and use effect. There you go. That should be good. Okay. Yep, there we go. Okay. Same thing, create initial or not initializing yet. Okay, so now we're gonna do const and then fetch dog. We'll do camel kit image. And then so we're pretty much creating asynchronous function. And then this is gonna be, we're gonna do a try catch to catch those errors. Const response, and then so this thing is called await. It's pretty much not gonna execute the function until this function is met. So it's saying like await, and then HTTPS, let me look up the URL, /ceo/api/breeds/image/random. Okay, there we go. So it awaits for this, and then so if we call this function, it's gonna not go until we get that information. Close it with that, and then constant, and then we'll set data equals await. Once again, same thing. It's gonna await response dot JSON. There we go. And where did this brace come from? Oh. There we go. And then set dog image data dot message. And then catch error, and then we'll just say like console.error. We'll put out, so this is putting out a message to the console, and it's just gonna say error, something went wrong with dog image. I don't know. This is just like personal, like, you know, help you check if something's not working. Like if for some reason the API doesn't work anymore, you know, stuffs like that. Now that we have this done, I think all of our logic is done. Why is my fetch dog image giving me problems right now? Okay, because it's never used yet. Okay. So this set dog image, like you said, so just like in the last one, it's gonna get our data and then data dot message. It's pretty much, go back over here, message right here. So this thing, it's then gonna take the link. So then our link is gonna be able to go straight into you know, when we return stuff, and we're about to do a button and everything right now, how we're going to handle that and how we're going to get the image, because it's an image link, so we're presenting an image link, not like an image from our local machine. Use effect, boom, fetch dog image. Okay, now we've got the logic. We're going to now add a button. It's very easy. If you ever have done Swift coding, iOS coding, or if you just know this, you know, button's pretty easy. So first I'm just going to label it like, we'll do random doggo, random doggo. And then, so then now we're going to do the image. So we're putting the image in, and I'll show you how we're going to do that, because you're like, okay, we don't have the ID. It's going to be random. We're going to go image dog, and then src. So we don't actually know the src. So we give the variable that we're going to get from our information, alt equals random doggo. Once again, the alt is like, you know, the text information. So like if someone online is looking up, they can like look up the specifics, but since it's random, you know, we're just going to put it that it's random. Go ahead, do max width. We'll just do 300 by 300, do like a square. 300 pixels. Do I have to put this? Okay, now we're gonna add our button. So button ID, and this is the, what's like the button's gonna be named. What is it? Fetch button. Fetch button, and then on click equals fetch dog image. Just like that, and then fetch dog image, or you can put whatever. I'm just gonna put doggo. Fetch doggo, and that's our title of a button, and that's it. That should be it. I don't know why is this? Do I have to put a comma? Non-empty express. Oh, okay, I didn't put dog in here. That's why. Dog. Okay, just once again, quickly run through the code that we just did. Let me pull it up. Yeah, so we're, you know, initializing the dog, but since we're not actually creating like an array, because we don't need it, because we're only doing one at a time, it's just like the use state. So whatever it is at the time, because when we click new button, it's going to get rid of that old one. So like last time we needed to do the whole array and add multiple, we don't have to do that this time. You know, the async function with the try catch error, it's going to try it, and if it doesn't work, you know, it's going to send us an error. The await pretty much makes it so it waits for this fetches. So until we call this fetch, nothing's going to happen. Const data. yeah, until this fetch happens, this is going to wait. And then same thing with this. So it's going to wait for us to get this, and it's parsing our data into JSON. Then there we go. We're setting our image to, data.message. This is just the use effect. We're just calling what we did over there. We're labeling it random doggo, dog. We're setting the width of the thing. This is just the text information, and this is the button. So we should be able to file, save all. And I know it's going to work. I've done this already, but just to show you guys, clear npm start, run it, and it should open. And there we go. So it has our dog image. We can fetch doggo. Just going to give us a bunch of cool images of dogs. And then once again, we still have our text from down below. That's how you're going to be fetching data from APIs, at least this dog API I walked through. Once again, just the main thing that applies to all APIs. Look at this so you know what to take in right here. You can set stuff. Know if you're doing a random that you don't have to do an array, just use the use state at that moment. And try catch error, not necessary, but helpful for debugging. This await function is good because, helps you wait for stuff. And I'm trying to think of anything else new we learned. React, just kind of, you can, look this stuff up, what it means to get a more solid definition. I'm still learning too, so this might not be complete definitions. I don't have entire context, but I kind of know the context of this. And that's all for, I think that's actually all for this. I think, what is the rest? The next part is deploying your project and submitting it. That's going to be a second part. Once again, it's getting late. I'm going to call it a night for tonight. And so I'm going to Control-C in the terminal to end it. There we go. Clear. Make sure to save everything. And we can call it a night. Thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, if you need help, I'll put my Discord down below. You can hit me a DM, send me a DM, and I'm gonna try to get all the files just in the description as well, so people who are not a part of AISC can still follow along and do this part. And this is a good project. We're gonna build on it every week, from what I understand, and this is just the front end, so it's JavaScript and React. And hope you guys have a great night. Peace out.